I only look on the high end at the tax auction. For example, and I'm not saying this to brag, but if I see that a house was a $600,000 or $700,000 house, today's market, if it was good, in good condition, but tax defaulted properties are always used and abused, always, because they haven't been taken care of. That's what happened. People didn't take care of them. Then finally they ran out of money. They didn't pay the taxes. So I try to buy those properties not for 10 cents on the dollar. I'll start my bidding at 30 and I'll go all the way up to 40 cents.
So you currently, you and your students currently do all of this, I'm sure remotely, or do you have students all over the place that actually go to some of these auctions? Like there are some counties, like in Wayne County, I believe you actually have to physically go to the auction. Is that right?
Yeah. The state and the county will determine that. Now, up until now, when I started, I told you I had black hair. Everything there was no online. There was no such thing as online.
Right.
And so you had to go there. But we still go because we require our student to look at the property. So let's say we're going to go to Jackson County, Michigan. All right. So we're going to have a tour of Jackson County, and people will go with their coach or coaches, and they'll go there and they will look at every property and evaluate the neighborhood. And then they will come back to their office or their home, or they can do it here. The room I'm in right now is just full of computer screens and computers, as is the other offices around. And if I'm buying, I've gone there and I've looked, I've evaluated, I've got my boots are on the ground and got dirty, my hair got messed up, and my clothes are wet because it rained or whatever. So we've looked at the property. Now we've got pictures. We use big iPads this big, and we take pictures of all that, and then we surround ourselves with that. If it's an online auction, many onlines will be showing pictures and the property, and then we can just sit here and sit at our desk and buy online. But we've been there. Now, I'm not saying everybody does that. Now, some people are very good at having a broker or a person like yourself, someone that's knowledgeable, check the property out for them. But then you're relying on somebody else. But who knows when the roof is going to be bad? Who knows when the kitchen's bad? Whatever.
Right.
You don't. So we insist that our clients go and look at the property. So it slows them down, but we're not trying to make small profits. We tell the student, after you have paid a broker or anybody else to do any work on the property or anything, you get all said and done. If you don't walk away with 25 to 50 grand, then don't buy the property. So we figure all that out before we do the bidding. So we know when we're going to stop in the bidding. So we'll stop before we just get a property. We don't care about, we're in it to make 25 or 50 grand. Now, sometimes.
So you don't get bidding fever. You don't get bidding fever. You know how the auction is. No, I go with it. So.
Yeah. It's right. We tell them, take a pen and write it on your sleeve. That's your maximum. Don't go over that maximum. All right. There's other people who want that because you might be bidding against the guy that's next door, and you're never going to beat the guy next door because he's got he wants to put a family member in there or whatever. I mean, so and that's going to happen. But the average student that we have will stop. They'll get too nervous. They won't overbid because we really hammer them because we know it's tough to get rid of an overpriced property. Ooh, you don't want to have overpriced real estate. It's really tough.
Also, if you are watching from YouTube or even Facebook, please do put any questions you have in the comments. We'll answer them as we go. So just a reminder, we are live. So put your questions in the chat. If you're watching this on the replay, still put them in the chat. We'll answer them. But right now we are live. So go ahead and put those in the chat and we'll answer them as we go. So with that being said, Ted, it sounds like you teach this to a lot of people, just like maybe I may educate a lot of people on wholesaling and the right way to do things. There there's wrong ways and there's right ways to do things. And I'm not saying my way is always the right way. You learn that from experience, but there are wrong ways to do things. So I try to just make sure that they don't do the wrong ways. So do you do that with tax liens and tax deeds? And do you prefer the liens or do you prefer the deeds? What do you prefer?
Well, for very conservative people and older people, the
Mm-hmm.
tax lien certificate is a very safe, secure investment because once you learn how to buy them and you learn how to check them out, it's very safe business because 97, 98% of them will come in and pay you. You're going to get you're going to get paid. And that's what they want. They want, 10, 20% returns. That's what they're looking for. But if you want to make money, I don't know any other part of real estate you can make as much money as you can in tax defaulted property. Now you're in and around Detroit. So I want you to visualize some of the other counties around Detroit that maybe are outside of Wayne County and Oakland County, where the parts of those counties have been devastated. But there's also parts of those counties where all the auto people started in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, and a lot of nice big homes there, and they're very nice. So we
Mm-hmm.
have clients, myself included. I only look on the high end at the tax auction. For example, and I'm not saying this to brag, but if I see that a house was a $600,000 or $700,000 house, today's market, if it was good, in good condition, but tax defaulted properties are always used and abused, always, because
Mm-hmm.
they haven't been taken care of. That's what happened. People didn't take care of them. Then finally they ran out of money. They didn't pay the taxes. So I try to buy those properties not for 10 cents on the dollar. I'll start my bidding at 30 and I'll go all the way up to 40 cents. So let's say it's 400,000. What I think the retail is, I'll pay up to 40 cents on the dollar for that because it's probably on 5 or 6 acres, got tall, oak trees in it, maybe a circular
Mm-hmm.
driveway. So I can spend $100,000 and still come out with 100,000. So everybody has a little different strategy. On the lower end, we're trying to buy properties. We might have to pay 40 and 50 cents in this market. We'd like to buy it for 10 cents on the dollar. But if we had to pay 50 cents on the dollar, but we could sell it and make 50 or 75,000, we're going to do that too. So we had clients within the last 30 days buy properties in Michigan
Okay.
and come out with 75,000 bucks.
Wow. So,
Yeah.
and it's
Oh,
kind
no,
of
it's
hard to
happening here.
do. It depends on the areas. Like you go in the suburbs, you'll get those properties, but then you go inside Detroit. There's pockets of them where they're very expensive, and then there's pockets of them. The rest of the areas are very low income, low producing, $40,000 houses. But you know what? I can turn around and rent this for $1,200, $1,300 a month. You know, so
Might as well
it
just rent it.
cash flows
Sure,
like
absolutely.
crazy.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Well, all of
and
Michigan has a lot of bread and butter property. There's no doubt about that. We've had successful students there for 30 years. 30 years.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that's the reason why we get a lot of people from say California, out of state investors, California, all these states where a starter home is $400,000 or $500,000. You know,
Right.
they come over here to be able to invest and be able because it cash flows. It doesn't cash flow over there, but it cash flows here. You know,
Right. Yeah.
so what I'm trying to do, what I want to do is I want to see where my world of wholesaling and investing coincides with the tax liens and tax deeds. How we can work together to be able to do this in a way where we get those on the 40 cents on the dollar and then we turn around. Now it seems like in some of these other counties, we're going to have to wait, maybe 6 months, 30 days, whatever the redemption period is in order to take
No
control.
redemption in Michigan. There's no redemption in Michigan.
There's no redemption in Michigan.
There's only 5 redemption states, and Michigan's not one of them.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe that's just a foreclosure then. So I thought there was
Well,
a
no,
redemption.
there's just a lot of bad information out there. I mean, that's
Okay.
that's why we're so successful. We really work at this as far as knowing the numbers and whatever. I mean,
Mhm.
we're I have 4 full-time coaches that are coaching anywhere from 50 to 150 people at any one time. It's constantly
Wow.
get 40 new clients a month minimum. Some months it's 60 and 80 a month.
Okay. And
Yeah,
if you do want to contact him, in the description is the social media links.
yeah,
You also have a YouTube channel as well, so he has a YouTube channel. Go ahead and contact him on there. Things like that. He has a website. You can contact him there. But so what is in Michigan? We'll talk specifically about Michigan.
sure.
What is the process going saying if I buy, we'll start off with a tax lien, then we'll go to a tax deed. Okay. So for a
Okay.
tax lien,
Forget
if I
tax
were to buy
lien.
it, okay,
Yeah, excuse me. I didn't mean to step on your words there. I
that's
apologize.
okay.
Um, um, Forget tax lien. There is no tax liens in Michigan. When I
Hmm.
started years ago, Michigan was a tax lien state. They sold the tax lien, and when you bought one, you're going to earn 50%. Then about 12 or 15 years ago, they changed, and now they only sell tax defaulted property throughout all 67 counties. And just let me
Okay.
help you out a lot. Lance, you
Sure.
still in the room? When is the auction in Michigan? It's next month, isn't it? Or is it?
August and September.
Okay, August and September are when the auctions are going to take place in Michigan. We're already running buying tours into Michigan right now. We'll go there
Okay.
with 5 or 10 people, and I'm not promoting the buying tour, but I'm telling you
Sure.
so that you can start being alert for it. So is it taxsale.gov? What is it? What is the address, Lance? Write it on a piece of paper for me. Wait a minute, I'll give you an address and we'll put it up there for you.
Sure.
So
No
that
problem.
you'll know every auction in the state of Michigan here in just a minute. I'll get it for you. There is no competitors. We don't care who competes with us because
Right.
we got this baby nailed. Is that it?
That's awesome.
Okay, so write down. All your listeners can write down taxsale.info. That's us.
No, that's Michigan.
That's a Michigan. I thought there was another word in there.
Tax dash.
Oh, I said it wrong.
Yeah.
So tax dash
Mm-hmm.
sale.info.
.info.
Okay, now that site will have 90% of the Michigan counties, and it'll tell you when they are, when the auctions are. And then they will post the properties for auction. And in Michigan, many times they'll even have a picture of it. Now, for goodness sake, don't buy because of the pictures there, because you don't know how good the photography is or anything like that. I mean, don't buy a
Right.
picture. You've got if you're listening to Ted, you're going to have boots on the ground. If you don't have boots on the ground, you're taking a big risk, a big risk. I mean, I've been there, done that, burned down houses wiped out by
Yeah.
winds and floods. I've seen it all, 30 years. Anyway,
So
Michigan,
taxsale.info.
not dot, no,
Tax sale.
tax-sale.info.
Yep. So I have it on the screen here, so you can see that.
Okay. All right.
Yep. So
Sorry, I screwed it up.
awesome. No, that's all good.
Yeah.
So
So that's the first thing you want to do is you want to get a list. Then once you get a list, then look at your budget. I mean, what can you
Mhm.
afford? All right. So if you need more money, go to your relatives or go wherever you get more money and make sure you got enough money. Properties are not going to sell for 10 or 20 cents on the dollar. It's too competitive a market. And that's because we have a housing shortage. And when that housing shortage goes away, probably 2-3 years from now, then it'll be the other way around. Then the prices will drop on tax. But right now, inflation has pushed all the boats up. All of them are pushed up. So what
Yep.
used to sell for 100,000 is now selling for 130 to $150,000. So you're going to have
Mhm.
to pay to get one of those houses. You're going to have to pay 25 cents on the dollar probably. So plan that. So if you could buy it for 20 cents on the dollar, you didn't have to do too much work. Can you sell it pretty close to market? Or look at it. Do you have to put roof on it? You're going to have to put new windows. You're going to have to put kitchens. Now, if you're buying in Michigan, you're going to get 40 or 60-year-old houses. They all need a kitchen. So if it's me, I'm looking for you. My first line of sale is the broker. I always use the broker if I can. Okay, I
Mhm.
always do. Why? Because I want to be in the market with him or her, better her than him, by the way. And then the next thing I'm looking for a fixer-upper guy or gal. I'm looking for a wholesaler. I'm looking for a renovator. Those are the first three I'm looking for in that market. All right. Now, every real estate broker that you know knows those people. Now, I know I'm talking to one right now, but my point is, for the people that don't know that, every person, every real estate person knows those people. So that's your first market. So that person isn't going to, you can't take all their profit. So you got to buy, get your price and add 25 grand to it, sell it to them, let them do all the work and do it. Now, I know you wanted to make 50 or 100, sell it for the 25, put the money in your damn bank account. All right. Now, the next sale, you're ready. You got a war chest. Okay. So build up your war chest, buy low, sell low, buy low, sell low, buy low, sell low. Then if you want to, learn how to do financing. So sell a few so you get checks coming in. I've got one guy in Jackson County, Michigan. Believe me, I couldn't say that county until I knew this guy. He came to my seminar 10 times.
Wow.
He did 60 properties in 60 months. Now, you know, Jackson County, it's not Detroit, but by the same token, it's not the top of the hill either.
It's close to it, though. I'll tell you that. So, and I'm sorry for anybody who's from Jackson County.
What's the county just up to? Is it McLeod or something? What's the next county? To Detroit, to the north.
To the north, we have Oakland County.
No. It's right next to Detroit. It's touching Detroit.
Yeah, there's Oakland, Macomb County. Yep.
I've got a video that one guy walks in the auction in Macomb. I've got this on video.
Yep.
Walks in the auction, bought everything in the auction. Paid one check. Bought every property. I got it on video on Fox News.
Wow.
Bought 600 properties for $3 million, sold them all, made $2 million more.
Okay.
There's plenty in Michigan. You never have to leave that state. For the rest of your life, you don't have to leave Michigan.
That's all. I grew up here.
I said Michigan. I didn't say Detroit. I didn't say Wayne or Oakland County. I know Wayne County because I used to land my airplanes there, but
okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot harder. Oakland County was named like one of the richest counties in Michigan.
They're still bulldozing, aren't they? Still bulldozing houses?
In Oakland County? Or no, I think that's Wayne County.
That's Wayne? Okay.
That's Wayne County.
I haven't been there for years.
Wayne County is Detroit. So
yeah, okay.
At Oakland County, you got basically it's adjacent to, I call it the Tri-County area. There's Oakland, Macomb, and then Wayne. And most of Wayne County is Detroit. But you got the suburbs of that's still in Wayne, Livonia, Inkster, Redford, Westland, Downriver, that's all still Wayne County. So, but yeah, Downriver really got hit hard with the automotive downturn. I don't think they've really recovered too much. But downtown Detroit they've been coming back, and we've been doing the city of Detroit has been doing a lot of work in Detroit. And so there's pockets of Detroit neighborhoods they've really come back.
They got a hell of a football team now too.
Yes, we do. Go Lions.
Go Lions.
I've been Go Lions since I came out of the womb. So
that's been a tough road to hoe.
It was.
Yeah.
So, so you have a course that you do, is that right?
Oh, we have all kinds of courses. We have basic courses. We have advanced courses. We teach everything to do with tax liens and deeds, how to buy them, how to sell them, how to maintain them. We're buyers and sellers. We're not buy and hold. We don't teach people to buy and hold. They need to go and get someone that, teaches courses on how to manage properties and stuff like that. We don't do any of that. We just buy and resell. The money is buying and selling. We don't teach people to hold on to those properties and go through all that grief because people don't care about your property. So buy them and sell them. And the fixer-upper people or the renovators or those people are a big part of this business because they're ready and waiting for these properties.
Yes.
If you know who they are and you call them, it's a tough bargain, but if you make 25 grand on a property, move, don't wait. I'm not a waiter. I've done hundreds of properties, but I don't wait for them. And I don't buy in the competitive marketing. I only want to buy the big ones now, because at the auction, there's only one or two guys bidding against me. I don't have a whole room bidding.
Got it. So for future reference, anything in Michigan you're looking to get rid of, come to your man right here. I've got lots of buyers. So
okay, well that might work too, because I've got people that are continuously going there. So we don't mind passing on your information. We're happy to
most
do that.
definitely. So
because people want to renovate them and rent them, be great for them.
And I have a lot of buyers that do buy and holds. They do fix and flips as well. So, and there's a lot of agents that I work with that have clients that do the same thing as well. So we work both. I work all angles as much as I can, wherever we can make the deal work. So
sounds like a mutual admiration society.
It is. And that's why my Facebook group, I really try to put that is a community, and I try to treat it like a community where everybody's helping each other out as much as possible. So,
well, I can help you with your Facebook group, because what I do for people like you is I create a short series of videos that you can send to your Facebook group, all about tax defaulted property. Each of the little videos we create has 15 questions, which you ask and I answer. Then you send them to the Facebook group. And then what we do is we tell them, all right, now Ted's going to get on and give you an hour and a half of class, and he'll tell you how you can get the course materials if you want them. And the class is a $47 class. So we actually give them an hour and a half to get them in a $47 class. But that really works for groups. But we educate them 3 different times first, or 4 different times, then they can go to that class. It makes a huge difference. And so every other week, every other Saturday, like we did one this Saturday, and we'll have anywhere from 60 to 120 people show up for that class every other Saturday. It's 6 hours.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's a long time for a $47 class.
It's all content. So 80% of the people will still be on the call at the end of the 6 hours. 80%.
That is really good retention rate. So,
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I